You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building. I don't even want to say from Housewives of Atlanta because he's not on there anymore. He has his own show. Mr. Peter Thomas. Good
yes,
morning.
sir.
Hey, how you doing, man?
OG Peter.
Peter, into the mic, Peter.
Into the mic, Peter.
Into the mic, yo.
OG Peter showcased what I like to call old man strength. I keep telling y'all stop sleeping on older folks.
Haitian strip. I told you it was Jamaican.
No, it was a Haitian headlock.
Oh, Haitian headlock.
But you're not Haitian.
No, I'm Jamaican.
So it was a Caribbean headlock.
All right.
It's something about them Caribbean headlocks that's hard to get out of, man.
Well, we got the Don Dada Peter Thomas here with us this morning.
Now, what the hell happened? That seemed like a setup. That seemed like something the Breakfast Club would do. Now, we wouldn't even do that.
No, we would
Yeah,
never
you would do that?
Nah, we
Never.
wouldn't do that.
Big
But that
dude
seemed like
just
a
came
setup.
to the door. I let him in. I thought I'm getting set up again. I don't know what happened. I mean, the dude is definitely angry about a whole lot of things. I don't think none of it has to do with me.
Right.
You know, he was on the show for 2 seasons. I only taped with him 5 times in 2 years. So I never physically hang out with him ever.
Right.
And he was angry I think he was angry with Kenya that he didn't get paid.
Yeah,
Like, she
they
didn't
said
break
you
him off,
told
yeah.
him that he should get.
No, he said
that
he
money.
said that. He asked us after the final episode. Me and Todd was going out to a club, and he came with us. And he asked us if we get compensated from our spouse, and we said, of course we do. It's our spouse. You know what I'm saying? And he said, well, I don't. You don't want to break me off. And I said, you should have probably negotiated that at the beginning of the season, not at the end.
Right.
You know, because it
Too
was
late
the
now.
it was the last show. You know, and I believe he approached her, and she basically told him to F off. She wasn't giving him nothing.
Oh, he wanted
Yeah.
her to pay him,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
the show.
But no, they
Not
pay
the
the
show.
females on the show, and then the females break off the spouses.
Yeah, that's usually how it works.
Okay.
And I don't think she gave him anything. You know, he helped her
Right.
fix up the house. You know, he was part of her storyline. So he didn't get anything, and I don't think he was invited to the reunion because she didn't want him to be there.
Right. Well, she had some
Yeah.
issues with him as well.
Yeah, he was kicking in doors and doing
Right.
stuff like that. Yeah.
He's very threatening. He's a little
Yeah.
scary, and he
Well,
did some crazy posts on Instagram.
So he's just a wild dude. So it's just like, he's one of them volatile people you got to be careful around.
Yeah, our first experience when we taped in Jamaica, I just met him for the first time. And, like I asked him how old he was, and he told me he was like, I think he said 28, 29. I said, I got a son that age. And he said, so what are you doing, sonning me?
Whoa.
I said, no, I got a son that
I
age.
really
Yeah,
have a
I
son.
literally have a
Oh,
son
yeah,
your
yeah.
age.
Yeah, so, like from that point on, at that point, first time I'm meeting him is like, we could step outside. And I'm like,
Damn.
I'm looking at Greg and everybody like, what's wrong with him?
Yeah, a lot of testosterone, a lot of ego. Yeah.
I mean, he's a big dude, though. He's like,
Yeah,
what,
big
6'5",
dude.
6'6". He's like, very muscular.
Did you know he was going to be at the radio station that day?
Yeah, they called me the night before. I was at the basketball game, and they called me, Jessica, and said, hey, he's going to be here tomorrow. Do you want to come because he has a lot to say? And I told her no at the time. But when I thought about it, if I'm still building this show, and I said, I wonder if he's gonna go up there and just be reckless with his mouth, just make things up because he's good at doing that. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna go. And I went up there that morning because I do a live remote with them every week. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I'm
talk
up,
about the show.
Yeah. So
No, talk about his
So
club.
that's your home.
Yeah.
We're talking about the club or the show? Oh,
The
live
club,
remote,
the club.
live remote,
Yeah, the club.
You know,
Live
remote, the thing we do in radio, Envy.
Yeah.
Those things.
And you
Jesus
should know what a
Christ.
live remote is.
We haven't done one up here in a long time. I forgot.
Yeah, anyway, I had to go up there anyway. So when he came, like, he had said a lot of threats on the way, like on the way I'm coming up, the room's going to get real close, you're this, you're that. It just,
Oh, so you know what it was.
like, yeah, he said a lot of stuff. He texted me a lot of threatening stuff. And I'm like, yo, Money, I'm at Club Warner Sports One. Now, I'm not going to come there. You're going to jump me. I'm like, I don't have no beef with you. What is your issue?
Right.
So when I got up there, I thought we was going to have, like, an intelligent back and forth in the studio.
Right, it might get a little heated. But
Yeah, you
didn't
might
think
get
it
a
would
little
get
heated, but
physical.
ain't nobody
Just a
gonna fight.
conversation.
Yeah.
Right.
So
But hold
That's-
on, before you
yeah.
got there, did you consciously say, I better bring a box cutter just in case?
I usually have one of those on me all the
You
time.
goddamn right.
Jamaican.
He's Jamaican and he's an OG. My father always say keep a little something on you. A blade, some brass knuckles,
it's not
something.
really a box cutter like a box cutter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's one of those multi-use things. So,
Okay, all right. It's like a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, so I had one of those in my pocket. So when he saw like 20, he was going back and forth for 20 minutes. But as soon as he sat down, like I see that he wasn't there for an interview. He was there to fight.
Right.
And I'm looking at him like, why this guy want to fight me? This guy's crazy.
Like, I'm 55. I don't fight anymore.
54. If he was 55, he'd be getting the pancakes at IHOP.
Oh, 54.
No,
I'm
actually, I'm
53. You 56?
Yeah.
Oh, you eligible for the pancakes
I'm
already?
eligible for the pancakes.
All right. I didn't know. I thought you was a couple years away. All right.
I'm proud of my age.
You should be. Word up.
But, like I'm in the back of the room, and he's closer towards the door. And I'm looking at her try to stop him for 20 minutes, and DJ Butterfinger is there, and I don't think he's gonna do anything. So I'm in the back of the room, and I'm like, yo, this dude, and they tape it. So I'm like, this dude is gonna whip my ass on TV.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What am I gonna do? So I'm back there. Even when he threw the water bottle and hit me, I'm like, oh man, this shit is about to really happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just there. I'm like, okay. He's going to come because I'm not going towards him, so he's going to come, and I'm just going to have to watch his moves. You know what I'm saying?
So I seen you put the knife in your jacket pocket.
Yeah, it was in my pocket the whole time, and I had my hands in my pocket. So I figured that he probably, like if he has any kind of street sense,
That's
he's going to
man.
why he has his hand in his pocket.
There you go. Right. You don't run up on somebody when they got their hands in their pocket.
Right.
So I figured that would deter him from even coming in my direction because he don't know what I got.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I don't think he has any street sense whatsoever.
He's young, no training.
Yeah.
I remember one time I had an OG, Dr. Robert Evans. Dr. Robert Evans walked up on me, and he was like, "What am I doing right now?" And I don't know, talking to me. He goes, "See, you're not paying attention. I got my hands in my pockets." And ever since then, I always paid attention to that. He's like, "I can have a gun, anything."
Absolutely.
That's from Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's what I say. I'm from Brooklyn. That's the first thing you think.
So somebody got their hand in their pocket the whole time, and I'm arguing with them. I got to pay attention to that.
Right.
Now, did you know you still had it?
Have what?
When you got into
you
it,
dope fiend.
Yeah, you put him in the Caribbean headlock.
He got out of
immediately. Like you was on top of him. Like your strength was there. Did you know you still had it, Pete?
Yo, that was trying to stay alive.
Yeah,
he's
survival.
A big dude. Because if he had got on me and started pounding on me, and I have that in my hand, I probably would have cut him.
You had to.
You know what I'm saying?
When's the last time you had an altercation before this, like a physical altercation?
My staff is always telling me to stay out of things because every time something go down, I'm usually just instincts always there to break it up. But I haven't had a fight in a long time.
Right.
No, long since Miami days, I haven't had fights.
Well, it would have been self-defense if you would have cut him, though. I mean, he was aggressive, and you
wouldn't have read like that.
Do you feel like the station shouldn't have had both you guys up there at the same time? Like, why have that type of situation?
I really don't think Jessica thought that he was going to be that volatile. I think they assumed that he was going to have some kind of mannerism knowing where he was.
Push the mic forward, Sean.
But he didn't care about none of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He just, I don't know why he wanted to beat my ass. You know what I'm saying?
Just even seeing how he was toward Kenya.
Yeah.
And even seeing certain things that he wrote, he did seem like, I don't think I would want to be in the room with him if we had any type of static.
You know, when you're on a network like Bravo, there's a certain behavior pattern that they don't accept. So when he started kicking the windows and stuff like that, I think he made it up to North Carolina a couple of times. My brother called me and said, "Yo, Matt's at the restaurant." I'm like, "What is he doing there?" I said, "I don't know. He's looking for you."
He drove up there from Atlanta?
Yeah, he drove up there.
That's a 4-hour drive? 6 hours?
No, this is a 3.5-hour drive. He drove up there to beat my ass.
He's crazy.
You know North Carolina's an open carry state, don't you, Pete?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay.
I'm afraid to carry a gun, though.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I would use it if somebody comes.
Did you press charges?
I definitely did, yeah.
You did press charges?
Yeah. I called the deputy chief immediately after it happened because I wanted access to the evidence. And immediately when he left, not even 10 minutes later, his lawyer was calling the station to say they can't release it because they didn't sign a waiver.
No, he didn't want to release because he didn't know that a 56-year-old man was going to handle him.
Yeah, that's what I say, but nobody would believe that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my lawyer actually subpoenaed the thing because it's evidence.
Right.
Now, has he reached out to you since then?
No, absolutely not. I think I ran into him. I was on my way to Miami like a month and a half ago in the airport. And I was boarding the plane, and I definitely saw him. His eyes got real big when he saw me, and I whispered something to him as I walked onto the plane.
How long ago did this happen?
Fuck your mother. Suck your mother. That's what you said to him?
And I said something that's quite along that line, though.
How long ago did this happen?
Huh?
How long ago did this happen?
It happened on March 21st.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. It took a while to get the tape because they wouldn't release it at all.
Wow.
You know?
So y'all good now? I think it's really lame of him to be pressing charges because you big as hell.
I heard he was pressing charges, and I don't know why. If you go to the state of North Carolina, I think there's 2 assault charges against him. Because when he came up there to tape, when they were doing the opening Club 1, him and a limo driver got in an altercation because he was trying to get in a car to Kenya. The limo driver tried to wind the window up, and he punched the guy in the face.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah, and then he took off. You know what I'm saying? I had to squash that beef because the officer that worked for me, they wanted to arrest him. I'm like, what are you doing? Why you punch a dude in the face? Oh, he was winding up the window on me. I'm like, you can't do that. So that guy went the next day and pressed charges against him. So if he's anywhere in the state of North Carolina, they're going to arrest him.
It's over for him.
And, you know, like we have a 20-minute video of him being volatile and everybody in the world. I mean, he tried to stop it, but at least 20 million people see that video now.
Absolutely.
Everybody saw that he tried to rush me. Even when he threw the water bottle, I said, you know what? Let me stay hit on this one because he might whip my ass. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't afraid of him, but I know that if I go in that direction and I'm defending myself, I knew I would have hurt him with that.
Let him be the
he didn't
aggressor.
see that coming. Yeah.
Now on the
Definitely.
reunion show, we seen you just walk right off, laughing, and you seem like a little tipsy. Why did you just walk off? What were you tired
Man,
of?
I was fucked up.
We could tell.
Yeah, I drank a half a bottle of Kalo One. I was done. You know what I'm saying? And it was just
What the hell you was drinking so much for?
You know, when they invite you to these reunion shows, they hold you for like 3-4 hours.
You have to wait a
you know,
long time.
And then they isolate you from everyone else.
So you're like,
You
I'll
know?
have a drink.
Yeah, so I'm like,
drink.
you know, let me just get drunk because I don't
So-
know what I'm walking into.
Is there truth that you do have your own show? Because I read that they're giving you a show based on your sports bar, Sports One.
Yeah, I was told that.
You were told that, or you already agreed to it? And
We negotiated.
okay, that'll be good.
So who's gonna be the other players on the show? Like your bartenders and stuff like that?
Yeah, bottle girls, bartenders, people like that.
What
You got
about
some
your
nice
ex-wife?
ones?
Some beautiful ones.
Okay.
It's a very nice venue, by the way. I was there.
Thank you.
What about your ex-wife? Is she gonna be on the show?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Well, I talked to her. We're cool. We're real cool. You know, I didn't settle for half. I took nothing, so we were real cool.
Really cool.
So now when you got these bartenders from your club that's gonna be on the show, do you get a little percentage of their contracts too?
You know what? That's part of the stuff that has to be worked.
Negotiated, yeah. So in case one of them blow up
Yeah.
and they want to get their own show, you the executive producer.
I'm not on the sideline.
Yeah.
But the one thing,
Exactly.
the one thing you have to make sure of that it doesn't seem like you don't want people on there like arguing with each other or things like that, because then you want people to want to come to the club and have a good time and not make it seem like.
You see, I was always
off.
careful about that. For the fact that if you don't protect the brand, you know, most of the people that come to Sports One are fans of the show. You know, I would say 80% of the people that walk through the door are females, and the average age is between 35 and 45 years old. So when I did the club last year, I didn't really want to deal with any of the local promoters because it's skewed to a younger audience. That means the housewife people would come and just turn back, and they'll probably cancel each other out. So I held out and just did it my way just to get that crowd in there, like 28 to like 45. Everybody grew up in hip-hop, so everybody get along. So, you know, you always got to, like, protect the brand that I'm building to make sure that it doesn't really offend the wrong people.
Right.
Now a lot of people in Charlotte got mad at you last time you was here because you said you was the king of Charlotte.
King of
Yeah,
Charlotte.
and you blew me up on that one.
Yes,
you know
I
what
did.
I'm saying? Yeah, well, in what I do, I'm the king of Charlotte.
Like clubs and all that?
Yeah, clubs and restaurants. I don't think no one do it better than me. I mean, maybe Mark Barnes in D.C. You know, I respect him. Alex Gidron in Atlanta. You know, he's dope. You know, Mike Gardner down in Miami. You know, he used to be the head of my promotional team down in Miami. You know, those are people I respect, but I don't think anybody in Charlotte is on my level.
What's dude in Atlanta name? Alex, right?
Alex.
Yeah, Alex. Yeah,
Yeah.
got you.
Alex is dope.
Alex.
I heard you're reopening the club in Atlanta too, or
Yes,
there's
I
some
am.
plans.
I bought the property. So on Auburn Avenue, you know, we have a beer garden that's around 8,000 square foot lot that I purchased, and we're gonna build on it. So it's gonna be dope.
So that means things are going well in Charlotte.
No, yeah, it's coming together.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm
Nice.
saying? You know, I had a lot of, you know, push back from the whole King thing, but I had to go out there and claim it. You know what I'm saying? You are who you are. You know what I'm saying? I don't work for anyone. Every day I get up, I got to make sure my hustle is right in order to feed my family.
Word up.
Now, what about all the drama with Phaedra? Where do you stand on that? Because I know you were cool with
Well,
Apollo.
I never like her. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why and I openly said it. You know, I'm not just saying it for the first time. It's because I think part of this reality show is to show your reality. She never do hers. You know what I'm saying? If Apollo didn't do all that he did, you know what I'm saying? You know, they have two beautiful kids together. But, I mean, like, I remember when he was going away, and regardless of what difference you have, you know, you have two boys, and that's their father. You know, the week before you went away, she disappeared. He didn't know where she was. So this guy's getting ready to do 6 years. You know, you could disappear, but leave his kids for him to see them. You know what I'm saying? She didn't do that. She was vindictive about it. You know, and from that point on, I said, I'm not really checking for her. You know what I'm saying? Because here he's been locked up now for 2 years. I think she only visited him once. That's why he has somebody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's going on 3 years. He only seen his kids once. You know, that's crazy to me.
Did you always know she was a liar?
Huh? Always. Because she is definitely somebody else off camera than she is on camera. You know, she's the only one, in my opinion, is like that. Everybody else is being themselves. I think one of the reasons why the show works, and it's number one, is for the fact that most of them are crazy. You know what I'm saying? And they show their craziness on camera and off camera. You know, but she's always guarded because, you know, she's this attorney that, you know, we never really see one in the case, but she was protecting that. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, you know, she's pushing who I call Dum Dum to do all the dirty work.
Portia.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When you go around, I mean, even 2 years ago when she went around saying that, you know, like I'm screwing an 18-year-old and stuff like that, regardless if my wife thought it was, you know, it's not incorrect. Every time she go outside, it's always a 50-50 the way people perceive you. You know what I'm saying? So she go to supermarkets, you know, after people's looking at her like she's a dumb chick, you know, her man is fucking everybody else, and you know what I'm saying? And she trying to hold her head up. You know, she might not take a picture with somebody and then, you know, they just lash out some reckless stuff at her. So, you know, it was kind of crazy. When you project stuff like that, you got to know that 50% of the audience is going to believe you, and 50% is not. You know what I'm saying? And she just keep on saying reckless shit about everybody. I thought it was just, it's unethical the way she behaved.
Absolutely. So you're not coming back to Real Housewives. You're doing your own show. You're not coming back, or are you coming back?
Well, you know what? They're getting ready to do their 10th season, and I was with the CEO of the production company yesterday. And I think they're bringing back Nene Leakes, and I know that they're bringing back Kim.
Right.
You know, Sheree's back. There's part of the three original people, and you know,
you and Todd are cool still.
Me and Todd are real cool. You know, he's from the Bronx. I'm from Brooklyn. We understand each other. You know, but I think the dynamic that, you know, it's gonna missing something if I'm probably not there. So I was talking to Steven yesterday. I'm like, yo, you're gonna have to write that check. You know what I'm saying? And he was laughing. He didn't say no.
But even to help promote
or write me a check or promise to give me the spinoff show.
You know, or you know, make sure that when you tape me, you're taping me in my establishment that I can get a promotion.
Even like just for you to be on that show to promote your show and your establishment is
definitely
a good trade-off.
Definitely, I think so. I think, you know, it's gonna end well. One of the things that I always say about from day one doing the show, I always say that I don't want to portray myself to be, you know, I'm gonna use the word ratchet or irresponsible because, you know, I'm an older black dude and, you know, we get enough negativity from everybody, from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So in the 7th season of doing this, I try to, you know, operate at a certain standard that I didn't embarrass my community, more my parents. You know what I'm saying? Because they hate the fact that I'm even on it.
They suck their teeth like,
Yeah, Jamaican style.
It doesn't look like that, Charlamagne.
They suck their teeth. They suck their teeth.
Yeah. Used to, like, my mother would say, boy, you still up on the shoulder? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yes, Mom, yes. You know, when y'all gonna come off? Like, she hated. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make sure that I operate on a certain standard that, like, when I walk outside, it wouldn't hurt me, you know, the way people perceive me, or it wouldn't hurt my business. You know, because if I do anything crazy on that show, the decent people that come to Sports One is not coming back. You know what I'm saying?
I have to say, from watching that show, I was like, you know, at first I was like, does Peter have a good business sense? Because the other club, when it was shutting down, and then Cynthia had invested her money, and it just felt like, oh my God, this is a mess. You know, well,
you know what? She never invested any money on borrowing that clothes.
Right, but I'm saying, so that one, the first club, Uptown.
Yeah, Uptown, when we first met.
Right. So
yeah.
then when you were opening another one, I was like, man, what happened to the last one? But now it seems like this one's pretty successful. You have the one coming in Atlanta.
You know what's so funny about that? Because people only see me on this program, but before I even got on this program, I had 7 nightclubs on South Beach and 2 restaurants over 18 years.
And you started
That
the
was
How Can I Be Down?
Yeah, and I started How Can I Be Down Music Conference. By the way, I'm doing an annex of it on August 17, 18, and 19 of this year. I definitely want to, pay for you guys to come down to participate. Yeah,
and I feel like none of that was ever discussed.
No, because it's not about the guys. It's always about the girls. For the fact that people know me and I think that I'm as significant as any one of them. It's because I didn't want to be in the room and be that guy where what is it you do again? You know what I'm saying? So I actually built a brand participating on that show.
You deserve your peach.
You know what I'm saying? I deserve my peach.
You know what's funny about
peach.
Phaedra?
Yeah.
I had a conversation with Phaedra, and she was like, I don't be involved in all the messy stuff because I'm an attorney, and her mom's a politician or something? Or?
No, she's a preacher.
Her mom's a preacher, okay, something like that.
Father's a preacher, too.
Yeah, and I'm like, but you the messiest one, seem like.
Yeah, well, she always contradicts, herself. She's the girl with the cloth, the prayer cloth, but at the same time, she always have the most provocative everything. Bathing suits, everything.
The donkey booty video tape.
Yeah, all of that.
Yes,
all of that.
Using the prayer cloth to wipe off the semen.
Hey, watch your mouth. Why you always go too far? Like, you always go too far.
But I mean, and even opening the club in Atlanta, that's a good storyline to be on, that show.
Yeah, and now that the whole lady gang is kicking ass in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? It's a tourist attraction.
Right.
Todd and Candy have a line outside of their restaurant every day. I'm so proud of them.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're super smart, man. They bought the property, man.
Oh, yeah,
you know
good.
What I'm saying? Yeah, so even if it don't work out for them, they always rent it out.
Yep.
And that's why you did the same thing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you asked me, and just, like those girls make a lot of money. So even if it don't work, it just offsets some of the taxes that they have to pay.
If they own the property, they end up, even if they don't work out, they get a 15-year, 30-year ground lease with somebody.
Exactly.
They're good.
Exactly. They're real good. So a lot of smart moves.
Well, we appreciate you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Peter Thomas, did y'all pat him down before he came in here?
I wonder why Caribbeans most of the time their first move is that headlock though? Haitians, Jamaicans, they go for that headlock first. Why do y'all go for the neck first?
If you take off the head, the rest of the body is useless.
True indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
Chop off the head.
True indeed.
My goodness.
That's what's up.
All right, it's the Breakfast Club. It's Peter Thomas.
The Breakfast Club. Every weekday morning. Tune in.